What's going on, everybody? Welcome into Blazers Uprise Live here on a Wednesday. We're live on a Wednesday because Thanksgiving's tomorrow. There's no games, so we're live on a Wednesday. 14 games, picks against the spread marathon today, Eric, and we got some news to talk about, some fun news to talk about. Scoot Henderson could be making his return tonight, which is a lot earlier than we expected when they were saying 2 to 3 weeks, because I think that's less than 2 weeks, isn't it?
I think it's only about a week and a half, yeah.
Yeah, week and a half. So normally the timetable gets stretched out. I guess it gets shortened in this instance, but we'll talk about that. But first, we got picks against the spread. We got 14 games. I've been scrambling putting this together. We got 14 games to get to. We'll see if we can get through this by 4:10. That is the goal. 20 minutes, 14 games. That might be our most efficient performance ever, Eric. But first, how's your day going?
Good. Much like Scoot, I got upgraded from doubtful to questionable for this one and actually made it, so I'm happy to be here. How about you?
Yeah. Oh, I'm happy you made it because there's a lot of games to get through and it's much easier with having you here. So, got some good news with you. Hopefully we get some good news in Scoop plays tonight because that would be fun. Let's look at the picks against the spread standings. Once again, Picks Against the Spread is brought to you by BetUS. You can get in on any of the action you see in this segment on BetUS. I got over-unders for every game. I got money lines for every game. We got spreads for every game, and that's what we're going to be picking. Look at chat, man. Good job, chat. Very proud of you. You guys sitting up there at 37 and 22, 15 games above 500, but everybody's doing pretty decent. The worst record is 28 and 31 out of 12 people. That's pretty good, because Steven brought it back a little bit with an 8-2 day on Monday to go into a four-way tie with Eric 503 and Zach. These standings are moving around a ton, and they're going to move around a ton today with all the games that we have. Chase, shout out to him. He's climbed from the bottom. He's now tied for third as he went 8-1 on Monday. Chat, Jackson Arrow, all mediocre days, so everybody's within 9 games this far into the season. You love to see it. Double downs, we're doing pretty good. Worst double down record is 3-5. Eric, everybody's been pretty solid this year.
Yeah, I'm proud of everyone. Good job.
Yeah, let's see if we can keep it up with 14 games on the slate. That could change very, very fast. Game number 1, you got the Orlando Magic hosting the Denver Nuggets, and Denver is a 4-point road favorite.
Yeah, and on Monday, Jokic gets kicked out. And Denver doesn't cover. But tonight they are without Jamal Murray and Vlatko Konkar again. Zeke Naji is listed as probable for the Magic. Markelle Fultz, Wendell Carter Jr. out.
Yeah, once again, if anybody's confused about what the -4 means in the graphic or what picks against the spread really is, for Denver to be the right pick, they have to win by 5 or more. For Orlando to be the right pick, they have to lose by 3 or less or win. So if you see the -4, that is the point total that team has to win by or more in order to be the right pick. So with that being said, I have no idea what I'm going to go with. I'll look at chat. We have picks sent to Eric. We got Zach in chat. What's up, Zach? Zach says Magic.
I'm going Nuggets.
All right, Magic for Zach, Nuggets for Mr. Eric Brandt.
Arrowmancer is Magic.
I need to put Orlando, not to Denver graphics in here. All right, there's Orlando. All right, so you went Nuggets. Zach went Orlando, correct?
Zach went Orlando. Arrowmancer Orlando.
All right. Arrow's Orlando. All right, what else do we got? I got you, Arrow, and Zach.
I put Arrowmancer's picks in our chat. That's what my message to you is, so we don't have to keep going back and forth. Chase's Nuggets.
Okay. So the last one you sent me is Arrows?
No.
1 minute ago?
Yeah, those are Arrow's picks.
Okay.
But
cool.
I'll read them off to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, what we got?
All right, 503 is Nuggets.
All right, 503 is Nuggets. Let's see. We got Jackson going Nuggets.
Crushable Magic.
Crushables is Magic. We got Nuggets for Trevin.
Stephen Vaughn Magic.
Stephen Vaughn is Magic. So I also sent you Chase's.
Yeah, Chase was Nuggets.
Okay, Chase is Nuggets. Connor is Nuggets.
No,
Chat
Joker isn't out.
is Nuggets. I'm going with the Orlando Magic. They're playing well. They play defense. We got almost a split vote, a 5v7. All right, game number 2, Eric. It's another 4-point spread. This time Washington's heading into Charlotte, and Charlotte is a 4-point home favorite.
All right, in this one, we have for the Wizards, Ryan Rollins and DeLon Wright out. For the Hornets, they're without Terry Rozier, PJ Washington, Nick Richards, Frank Ntilikina, James Bouknight, and Cody Martin.
All right, chat, there is your poll.
I'm going to take the Hornets.
All right, Eric is going Hornets. I'm going Hornets too.
Zach, Jackson, Trevin, all Hornets in chat. And Aeromancer's Hornets. Chase Hornets.
All right, Chase Hornets.
Steven Hornets.
Okay, Steven's Hornets.
Crush Hornets.
Oh my goodness.
503 Hornets.
503 is Hornets.
That's
still waiting on Connor. And chat is Hornets.
Let's go Island.
Will Connor choose an island? Have we had a clean sweep this year? Connor chooses the island. All right, Connor, good luck.
Connor's
not a terrible
down
island
on the
to have. Yeah. Yeah. Look at that one little bit of red in there. All right, game number 3. We got the Hawks hosting the Brooklyn Nets. Both teams are 6-7. Should be a competitive game. The Hawks are 2-point home favorites.
All right, in this one we got, let me just refresh. For the Nets, Dennis Smith Jr., Ben Simmons, and Cam Thomas are out. For the Hawks, they are without Kobe Buffkin and Muhammad B.
Who's that for the Nets again? I was typing.
Dennis Smith Jr., Ben Simmons, Cam Thomas.
Okay. I hate picking the Hawks, honestly. I feel like I always get them wrong.
I'll take the Nets.
I'm going to go Hawks, though.
All right. Jackson and Trevin are Hawks in chat. Chase is Hawks. Aeromancer Nets.
All right.
Stevens Hawks.
Steven goes Hawks.
Crushables is Nets.
Crushables goes Nets.
And Nets for 503.
All right, Nets for 503. We got Zach going with the Nets. Connor needs to fast forward his stream. Chat is going, it's 50-50 right now in chat with 10 votes. Chat, we got 55 people in here. Vote in the chat poll for chat's pick. You guys have been killing it this year. Next vote breaks the tie, and we are waiting on Mr. Connor. All right, Nets in chat. 54% of the vote. And we are still waiting on Connor. Next game, Eric, if you want to get the injury report ready, is Indiana and Toronto. Connor ends up going with the Atlanta Hawks. All right, so we got a split vote. This is a split vote. All right. As I said, Pacers, Raptors. Pacers have been having some impressive offensive performances, and they are a 3-point home favorite.
All right, in this one, Raptors are without Thad Young, Precious Achua, and Christian Koloko. The Pacers are without Andrew Nembhard and Aaron Nesmith.
All right, chat, there is your pool. Why do I have a collab cam on this scene? That's random. Where did that come from?
Pacers for Jackson, Trevin, and Zach.
All right.
And Chase.
And me. I'm a Pacer believer.
Okay. Steven is not. He's taking the Raptors.
All right.
Crushable Raptors.
That is a Knicks logo.
503 Pacers.
All right. So we got Connor. Arrow ended up going Pacers.
And I am going to take the Raptors.
I don't understand why Connor's so far behind.
It's all the time.
All the time. It's overthinking it, I think. Chat goes Pacers, 75% of the vote.
I think it's because he's working, but...
Yeah. It's like the same amount of behind, which makes me feel like his dream is just behind. Next game, Eric is going to be Cleveland, Miami. Pacers for Connor. All right, so Steven, Eric, Crushables. Interesting trio there, going Raptors. Everybody else is going Pacers. Next game, we got the Cleveland Cavaliers hosting the Miami Heat, a battle of LeBron's former teams, and Miami is a 3-point road favorite.
Man, this game got weirdly interesting for not good reasons. Bam Adebayo out, Kevin Love out, Tyler Hero, RJ Hampton out. For the Heat, for the Cavs, Donovan Mitchell, Karis LeVert, Dean Wade, Ty Jerome, Isaac Okoro, Ricky Rubio all out. So no Mitchell, no Bam.
And no Hero.
Yeah.
I'm just going to take the home team with the points there, then in that situation.
Yeah, me as well. And Trevin did too. Heat for Jackson.
So Trevin was you and... Cleveland was you and Trevin. And then Jackson went Heat. All right, Jackson, Heat.
Chase is Cavs. Aeromancer, Heat.
All right.
Steven is Cavs.
Okay.
Crushables is Cavs.
Heat. Okay. Cavs for Crush. Heat for Zach.
And Cavs for 503.
All right. And Connor is Cavs. He has his pick in. Nice. All right. And chat is Miami with 70% of the vote. Chat is a bunch of Miami fans all of a sudden. Remember first day of picks against the spread, they were hating on him, but now that's gone. We are not lingering on that like Heat fans are lingering on us because they still feel some type of way. Jackson, Arrow, Chat, Zach, Heat. Everybody else, Cavs. Next game. This is the game of the day, Eric. On ESPN, you got the Boston Celtics hosting the Milwaukee Bucks. Both teams with good records. Boston 5.5-point home favorite. Also, a battle of the greens. So I got to bring out the tan Bucks graphic. This is like the only matchup where I could. So, Eric, what are the injuries?
All right. So, looks like Dame's going to play. So, the only one out for Milwaukee is Jay Crowder. For the Celtics, they have no one listed because Tatum was on the injury report, but he is available to play.
All right. I am gonna go with the points and take the Bucks.
I'm going Bucks as well. Trevin's Bucks, Zach's Celtics.
Alrighty.
Bucks for Chase, Bucks for Arrow. Steven, take one guess who he picked.
Oh, he picked the Celtics.
Yes. I feel like we're going to be able to call his picks after like a month.
Yeah, I think it might be possible. If we pay attention to him, yeah. Bucks for Jackson.
Bucks for Crushables. And Celtics for 503.
Alrighty. And Connor. Good old Connor. Chat is going Bucks, 80% of the vote, and Connor is going with the Celtics. All right, good old 8 versus 4 in Milwaukee's favor. Next game, we got the Pelicans in a rematch with the Kings. Played them last game. Pelicans blew out the Kings. Similar spread, though. We picked this game. It was my double down. The Kings screwed me over. The Kings, once again, though, are a road favorite. This time, 1.5 point road favorites.
Yep. And yeah, that was a fairly surprising game. For the Kings, we got Keegan Murray out, Keon Ellis out, and Alex Len out, with Sasha Vezenkov questionable. For the Pelicans, they're still without CJ McCollum, Matt Ryan, and Trey Murphy.
I'm trying not to let last game factor into this.
Yeah. I'm going to take the Kings. As is Trevin.
Pelicans for Jackson. Pelicans for Zach.
Kings for 503. Kings for Steven.
Alrighty, Steven is Kings. I'll grab Arrow's pick too.
Kings for Crushables.
Alright, Crushables was Kings. Arrow was Kings.
And Chase is Pelicans.
Chase is Pelicans. I'm going to go Pelicans. I'm not going to make the same mistake. And Connor is Kings. And chat is... It's a 50-50 right now. Next vote breaks the tie. So if you want to break the tie for chat, vote in that chat poll. While me and Eric take a sip and wait. All right, there we go. Pelicans for chat. All right, so we got a 7v5 in the Kings' favor. Next game, we got the Oklahoma City Thunder hosting the Chicago Bulls. The Thunder been playing great basketball. They're 7-point home favorites.
All right. For the Bulls, they're without Zach LaVine and Lonzo Ball. The Thunder are still sitting out Jalen Williams, the runner-up to Rookie of the Year last year, Jalen Williams.
J-Dub. All right. I'm going Thunder. Easy.
Thunder as well for me. And Trevin, Jackson's Bulls. Thunder for Arrowmancer. Thunder for Chase. Thunder for Steven. Thunder for Crushables.
This could be a Jackson Island at this point.
Thunder for 503.
We got Zach going with Thunder. Connor going with Thunder. And chat is going with the Oklahoma City Thunder, 93% of the vote. So you got Jackson sitting there 1 game behind chat in second place. He has an island on this game. Will he double down on it? We will see. All right. Next game, we got the San Antonio Spurs hosting the Los Angeles Clippers. This is another rematch. The Clippers are 8.5-point road favorites.
All right. So in this one, we have Clippers are without Mason Plumlee, Brandon Boston Jr. Spurs have everyone playing.
Dude, the Spurs have been consistently letting me down all year.
Yeah. Zach saying Clippers. I'm just going to take the points and go Spurs. Trevin Clippers.
All right, Zach and Trevin are Clippers.
Arrowmancer Clippers.
There's Clippers. You went Spurs. You know what? I'm going to let the Spurs disappoint me one more time. I'm going to take the Spurs.
Chase is Clippers. Stevens Clippers. Crushables Clippers. 503 Clippers.
Oh, wow. It's just me and you out here, Eric.
Let's go.
Jackson Clippers. We'll see
I
what
like
Connor
it.
goes with. Yeah. Chat is Clippers 69% of the vote. We like that too.
So does Giannis.
So does Giannis. How many more games are there? I don't know. I'm not gonna do the math right now. A few. Don't be. You know what? We're gonna remove that message. All right, Connor. Connor. Will it be me and Eric alone on an island? Connor, let's go, bro. Let's go, man. We got 5 games left, Zach. 5 games left. Connor goes Spurs. So Connor wants to join us on the island. All right. So Connor is Spurs with me and Eric. All right. Next game, we got the Rockets hosting the Grizzlies. The Rockets are 5.5-point home favorites.
All right. In this one, we have for Memphis. They're without John Morant, Luke Kennard, Marcus Smart, Brandon Clark, Xavier Tillman, Jake LaRavia, and Steven Adams. For the Rockets, they're without Amen Thompson and Victor Oladipo.
Alrighty. I need to get my webcam on these scenes. So I'm going to do that right now. There we go.
All right, Trevin's going Rockets. Chase's Rockets. Arrowmancer Rockets.
Trevin, Chase, Arrow.
I'm guessing Crushables is going to be... Nope. Crushables is Grizzlies. No faith in his team, man. Stevens Grizzlies. 503 is Rockets.
Zach is Rockets, Jackson Rockets. I'm going Grizzlies.
Man.
Connor's Rockets. 503 is who? I can look. I'll just look.
Rockets.
Rockets for 503.
Well, sending my picks ahead of time, but I kind of want to change it.
Yeah.
Screw it. I'll stick with my original pick because last time I changed it and I did much worse. So I'll do Memphis.
All right. Me, Eric, Steven, and Crushables. Scorching Trails plus Hoops Crush collab on this game. Going Grizzlies, everybody else going Rockets. All right, next game, you got the Minnesota Timberwolves hosting the Philadelphia 76ers. Timberwolves been looking amazing to start the season, and they are 7-point home favorites.
All right, so this game, Philadelphia is without Joel Embiid isn't playing in this one. And what is wrong with my computer? Kelly Oubre, Joel Embiid out for Philly. Jaden McDaniels, Jordan McLaughlin, Jalen Clark out for the Timberwolves.
Oh, man. I was going to go Philly if Embiid was playing, but I can't bet against Minnesota with how good they're playing. I'm going to go with the the Timberwolves, not the Minnesota Grizzlies.
I'm going to take the Wolves too. Connor, Trevin, Wolves, Jackson, Philly. Timberwolves for Arrow and Chase. And Steven. And Crushables. And 503.
All right. I'm waiting on Zach. Chat is going Timberwolves. I feel like Chat's taking the favorite in every game today. Zach is going Sixers with Jackson. All right. Game number 12 of 14. You got the Phoenix Suns hosting the Golden State Warriors. This game is also on ESPN. The Suns are 2.5-point home favorites.
All right. Let me just make sure there's no updates on these. All right. Warriors have Gary Payton II and Draymond Green out. The Suns have Bradley Beal, Damian Lee, and Utah Watanabe out.
It was an interesting game.
I'm going to take the Suns.
Same.
Chase's Warriors. Aeromancer Suns. Steven Warriors. Crushables Warriors. And
for Zach and Connor.
503 is Suns.
Good competitive matchup here. Alright, waiting on Trevin and Jackson. Oh, Jackson went Suns. Trevin went Suns. And Chat went Suns. So we got a 7v5 in the Suns' favor. Alright, second to last game. It's our game. Eric, the Portland Trailblazers are hosting the Utah Jazz tonight. And Utah comes in as a 2.5-point road favorite.
All right, Utah's without Walker Kessler. Everyone else is playing. And Blazers are without Anthony Simons, Robert Williams, Ish Wainwright, Justin Benaya, and Scoot Henderson officially listed as questionable. If you follow what they've been doing this season, anytime someone has been upgraded from out to questionable, they've ended up playing. So it's when it goes the other way that it won't look good.
Yep. I'm going Utah.
I'm going to take the Jazz as well. Steven took Jazz.
Jazz for Steven.
Crushables took Jazz.
All right.
503 took Blazers.
Zach says Jazz, and it's also going to be his double down, apparently.
Chase did not pick this game.
Chase did not pick this game. Oh, you made 13 picks?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll let him know. I mean, this game doesn't start till 7. A lot of games today. It's funny that he missed this one of all games. Alright, I texted him. We're good on that. He'll get it in before 7. Alright, what else do we got? We got Connor going with your Portland Trailblazers, not my Portland Trailblazers. Oh, Chase literally already texted me back.
Okay.
Good job, Chase. He goes Blazers. Blazers for Trevin. Whoops, I accidentally hid Chase's pick. Okay, and what was Arrow? Chat is Blazers. They don't care that they've lost 8 straight. I mean, they could lose by 2, I guess.
Jazz for Aeromancer.
Jazz for Aeromancer. All right, 7 versus 5 vote in the Utah Jazz's favor. 14th and final game. Oh, I need to change the graphic. You got the Lakers hosting the Dallas Mavericks. Dallas is also a 2.5 point road favorite.
All right, in this one, we have Maxi Kleba out, Seth Curry questionable. For the Lakers, Cam Reddish, Gabe Vincent, Jared Vanderbilt all out. LeBron James questionable. Anthony Davis, Jalen Hood, Shafino probable. I'm going to take the Lakers.
Alright, give me a second. Alright, you are going with your Los Angeles Lakers.
Trevin and Zach are the Mavericks. Arrow Mavericks. Chase Mavericks. Steven Mavericks.
Okay, Arrow Steven. Okay, Arrow Steven Chase. Magic.
Mavericks.
Or Mavericks. Arrow, Steven, Chase, and then who is the Lakers?
503 is Mavericks.
Okay, 503 is Mavericks.
Crushables, Connor, Jackson, and myself are Lakers.
Bulls, Connor, Jackson, you. And then we got, let's see. I don't know, man. I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go Lakers.
All right.
You said AD was questionable?
Probable.
LeBron
questionable.
LeBron will play. He'll play tonight, I'm guessing. All right, so Zach, Fluka gonna fluke himself to a dub tonight. All right, well, I assume you're going Mavericks then. If not, then that's not on me, that's on you. And Trevin is going with the Mavericks, and Chat is going with the Dallas Mavericks. All right, so Chat, we gotta do it based on highest percentage. I don't know if anyone's been keeping track.
Yeah, it's OKC.
All right, cool. We got 7v5 right here. Time for double downs. I'm also gonna double down on OKC.
All right.
My guy Chet.
Timberwolves for 503.
OKC for chat. OKC for me. Timberwolves for 503.
Lakers for Crushables.
Okay, Timberwolves for 503. Crushables. Going with his Los Angeles Lakers.
Wolves as well for Chase.
All right.
Thunder for Aeromancer.
Aeromancer goes Thunder.
I do not see a double down for Steven.
Oh, sorry. I accidentally cut it off. Steven is doubling down on the Jazz. Even though his boy Scoot might be back. Alright, Arrow, double down on Thunder. Steven, double down on the Jazz.
Trevin wants to double down on the Hornets, which is also my double down, but I told you before the stream.
Yeah, you did tell me before the stream. So, Charlotte for you. Do we trust Trevin?
Yeah. Well, the score just came on the bottom line and Charlotte's losing, so I think we should let him.
We trust Trevin then. All right. Jazz for Zach. For as many games as there are, there's a lot of like double ups. You got 3 people going OKC so far, 2 people going Charlotte, 2 people going Minnesota, 2 people going Utah. We're waiting on Connor and Jackson. Jackson went Jazz and Connor went Timberwolves. All right, well. Connor went Timberwolves last time, so I don't even have to change out the graphic. All right, 3 people doubling down on Minnesota, 3 people doubling down on OKC, 3 people doubling down on Utah, Eric and Trevin, 2 people doubling down on Charlotte, and then Crushable's on his own with the Lakers. So it's going to be interesting to see how the double downs pan out, and that is picks against the spread. One final look at the standings as we head into a massive slate today. These standings are going to change a ton. We'll see who has the best record from today when we go live again next Monday. Anyway, we got some stuff to talk about today, Eric. But before we jump into things, we got to thank our sponsor for this edition of Blazers Uprise Live, which is Manta Sleep Mask. You guys know them. Best sleep mask in the game. All sorts of products available on their website, which is linked down in the description box below. And you can use my promo code UPRISE for a 10% bonus. Or a 10%, not bonus, 10% discount. They give you discounts, not bonuses. Christmas is coming up, so perfect time to do your Christmas shopping, as tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Friday is Black Friday. So now's the time when you should be buying your Christmas gifts. Do not procrastinate it. Manta Sleep Masks make for a great Christmas gift for the loved one in your life, for your mom, for your brother, for your sister, for anyone, because everyone could use a good night's sleep. And that's what Manta Sleep Masks are designed to do for you. They got sound masks, they got basic sleep masks, they got all sorts of accessories that you can attach to your sleep mask, such as steam cups, which see very relaxing, cooling cups, all sorts of different products over there on their website, so you can customize your sleep mask and customize your gift for whoever you're gifting for Christmas, with that being only a month away, which is crazy, man. So shout out to Manta Sleep Mask. Use that link in the description for that 10% discount. It also helps out the channel, helps you out, helps out someone you care about. So it's a win all around. And speaking of wins, Eric, maybe the Blazers can get one tonight. With Scoot Henderson potentially being back, with Malcolm Brogdon being back. I took the Jazz, even though they were 2.5-point favorites, but I do think this should be a competitive game, especially if Scoot's back. It'll be interesting to see how much Skylar Mays plays if Scoot's back, and if Scoot's going to be on a minutes restriction, or how that's going to be handled. But the big news, obviously, is Scoot Henderson being listed as questionable earlier than we expected, which has me excited, not necessarily just for this game. It has me excited because we could see Scoot versus Dame next Sunday, because the Blazers play tonight, and then they have 3 days off, and then they play Dame for the first time ever. The Blazers will be going against Dame. And if you have Scoot against Dame, That's going to be a movie. It might be a horror movie for Blazers fans, but it's going to be a movie nonetheless. So, how surprised were you to see that he was questionable today? Like, I know given the G League practice yesterday, we kind of had an inkling it might happen, but still, man, I did not expect him to have a chance at playing tonight.
Yeah, well, I think once they cut Jamare today, I think so. For those that didn't see, Bouye is off the team. I think once they did that, it was pretty obvious he was headed towards playing, because why would they want to not have at least an emergency point guard in case with all their injuries they've had? So I think once that came out, I was like, oh, okay, Scoot probably has a pretty good chance of playing tonight. It was surprising, yes, for sure, but yeah, it's good to see that he might be ready, especially after that news that it might be 2 to 3 more weeks. So it's always nice when it's not that long.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. Just waiting on guys to get healthier, waiting on Ant still. But I mean, right now, the Blazers, if Scoot returns tonight, they're only going to have one rotation player that could play this year out. Robert Williams is out for the year, but we're only waiting on one guy after Scoot comes back, and that's Anthony Simons, and then we're as healthy as we're going to be the rest of the year. So you love to see it, because Scoot, it just creates intrigue. Like, people are going to watch tonight's game if Scoot's in it. Otherwise, we're not going to watch the game because they want to see Scoot. Scoot's only played 5 games. His development is the number one storyline the rest of the season. It is the most important thing the rest of the season. So in wins and losses, no matter what, if Scoot has a stretch where he's kind of tearing it up, that's going to be as exciting as anything. That's going to be exciting as winning any game, unless it's, a buzzer beater or something insane in crunch time, right? Like, Scoot's development is paramount, and I'm excited to restart the dialogue around him as a prospect and him trying to get his feet wet in the NBA. That's what I'm looking forward to. So, I've been a little bit burnt out on post-game shows, not going to lie, especially last night after doing the whole watch party with Gabe, and just that game was kind of miserable. But tonight, if Scoot's playing, even if the Blazers lose, even if my picks against the spread pick is correct and the Jazz take care of business, win by, I don't know, even 10 plus, Scoot, if he plays 30 minutes, that's a lot of stuff that we're going to have to talk about tonight. And it's going to be fun, man. He's going to be going up against another rookie who's been starting for the Jazz and Keontae George. So seeing him go up against a rookie point guard, even though Keontae George wasn't really looked at as a point guard coming into the league, he's kind of been a bit of a point guard. He's been a better passer than people expected. He was kind of just looked at as a scoring guard coming into the league. Comparing those two guys, given that Scoot Henderson was the 3rd overall pick, Keontae George was the 16th overall pick, comparing those two guys in this game will be some fun. And I think without Walker Kessler, this is a team that Scoot should be able to get to the rim on. Hopefully he's fresh. Hopefully his legs are ready to go. And I want to see this team get out and run with him. Should be fun, man. I'm really, really looking forward to seeing him come back to the court.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Yeah, because he's been learning it all from this time sitting out. Will he have a little bit better understanding of what he needs to do out there? Obviously, it's not fair to judge him on tonight's performance only, but yeah, I think Utah is a good matchup, especially without Walker Kessler in there. So can he control the pace of the game? Can he attack their defense? If Colin Sexton comes in and tries to get under his skin, how will he adjust to that? Yeah, really looking forward to seeing that.
Joey in chat asks if we have any health concerns with Scoot. I mean, I had a few concerns coming into the season that he might end up being a bit of an injury-prone player because he dealt with injuries his last year in the G League Ignite, and then he had an injury in the Summer League. But, that could just be small sample size coincidences there. It doesn't help things, though, when he gets hurt within 5 games of his NBA career starting. So,
right.
I'm not going to be worried about him being injury-prone yet. I think you need to see a little bit more happen in that regard to have some legitimate worries there, especially because he's not a big, and it's like it was a shoulder in Summer League, then it was just kind of like a fluky play where he sprained his ankle, which can happen to anybody, even me, who never dealt with an injury knocking me out of time for more than 2 days in my entire life, and then I couldn't play for over a month because I sprained my ankle. Like, even the people with the toughest ankles, like myself, Eric, I got tough ankles. Even I can sprain my ankle. Reddit's gonna have a field day with this one. So yeah, Scoot, like, I'm not gonna worry about it too much. He does play a very high speed brand of basketball, explosive brand of basketball, so maybe that translates into him being a little bit more injury prone, but I'm not gonna worry about it yet. Like, hopefully he can stay healthy. If he deals with a couple more injuries this year that are like maybe use injuries, or I don't know, it depends on the injury, but if he deals with a couple more injuries this year, then I think that's when you start to maybe get a little bit worried. We got Eric on the phone lines, bringing a Brant bomb soon. He's talking to his source right now, and he's we're looking forward to the Brant bomb. All right, Eric, what's the Brant bomb? What'd your source just tell you?
Ibubaji's gonna blow up. No, no, it was nothing Brant bomb related. I'm not gonna make something up.
Dang. If you were to make something up right now, what would you make up?
Wow. What kind of question is that? I don't know. I mean, it's in that weird time when like there's still not much happening. Grant can't be traded till January 15th. Neither can Thibault. I'd be surprised if Robert Williams is moved due to his injury. So, like, really the only thing that could happen is Brogdon could be traded any minute.
Mm-hmm.
But,
well,
yeah.
I got a report for you. Robert Williams secretly had the Aaron Rodgers surgery and is coming back before the end of the season. There you go.
I don't think even if he had that, he'd come back.
Yeah, it's like an Achilles. I don't know. The Aaron Rodgers stuff is crazy. Yeah, Rob Will is returning. Could you imagine getting that much good injury news luck, like Scoot coming back sooner than expected, and like Robert Williams is actually fine? It was all I don't know. He had some miraculous surgery. I do wonder, in all seriousness, like how timelines might shorten for return from injury if, as technology progresses in the next 50 years. I wonder if there's going to be a way to get a guy like Robert Williams back from that sort of injury faster, where maybe he could play by the end of the season. Obviously, that's impossible now. Like, that's not going to happen in 2023, but that's the type of stuff when I'm bored, I'll sit around and wonder, 50 years from now, in 2050, will they be able to repair an ACL and have a player back in, 4, 5, 6 months instead of 9 to 12?
Yeah, I think there's some stuff with like 3D printing as that gets more advanced. They might be able to just like make a whole new knee for someone, and it might be more functional than knee replacements now, which pretty much ruin your knee. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
4, 5, 6 hours, yeah.
That'd be so crazy. You tear your ACL and then you're back the next day because you just had your leg replaced, basically. Imagine
it's a 30-minute process. Yeah. This player tore his ACL. He's out until halftime. He's getting it replaced. sounds like a race car thing, like you get damaged, get in a wreck. They got to replace a part on the car before they can go. Yeah. Yeah. Who knows if the NBA is even around in 100 years? You never know. But I always wonder about how the game will look down the line. So, yeah. But we'll take the good news with Scoot. That's all we wanted.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see Scoot play against Milwaukee. And we got 3 days where I can drop videos. Like, I'll be able to drop a video. If Scoot plays today, I'll be able to drop a video on that. I probably will, because I got a couple sponsors to take care of. And that's the thing with the sponsorships, by the way. It helps bring you guys more content, because there's stuff that I have to do, videos I have to put out just to put a sponsorship on it. So shout out to the sponsors. But see, if you get into if you get to the point where you're replacing ACLs like that, then you're probably able to just make people taller, and then it becomes a whole nightmare of like now 7 feet tall is average because everybody wants to be taller.
Mm-hmm.
And then you start walking, and then you have a bunch of giants, and I don't know, where's the end? Where's the end point? Who knows? Yeah.
You can
Scoot
only
grew
play
to 7 feet.
NBA if you're like your actual size.
Yeah.
It's like steroids, like no.
No height augmentations. Yeah. But looking forward to Scoot hopefully playing tonight. I mean, I think that with a sprain like this, and he practiced yesterday, I feel like them making him questionable means that he's going to play. Like, this is one of those questionables where I have confidence in him playing just because I feel like if it was truly questionable, they would have just held him out for another 4 days.
Right, and that's exactly what happened with Brogdon last night. So
yeah.
And I was happy to see Brogdon not on the injury report. I thought maybe they'd hold him out since it was a back-to-back, but he must be fully healthy and have responded well to playing last night. So that's good to hear.
Yeah, love to hear it. Chat, next 5-10 minutes, we'll answer any questions you got, maybe about this game tonight, and then we will get out of here.
We do have to talk about the return of my guy,
your guy, Ibu Baji. Yeah. So, Jamari Bouye's gone. Ibu Baji is back.
Yeah. So...
What'd you do to celebrate the news?
I made it home one time to be on stream with you so I could celebrate with all of you.
Sick.
I bought some alcohol before I left work too, so I can celebrate tonight while watching the game.
Nice. Yeah, good job, Joe. You got Eric back on stream on time. We'd still be doing picks against the spread if Cronin didn't do it, because it's hard to do it by myself. So I'll finally give Cronin some props.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't mind the flyer on Bouye, but like you recognized it wasn't working. He wasn't very good for us. So that's all I want is like, okay, you took a chance, didn't work, take another chance, right? And I don't agree with the way they've gone about things in terms of using their two ways for like dependable guys versus taking swings on players that could pan out. But I understand like with their injuries and roster uncertainty and stuff that they kind of had to do that. So I'm fine with it, but now I'm glad because there really was no point in keeping Baji last year because he was hurt. They could have cut him and signed someone else to that two-way spot and had someone else playing during that time. So it didn't really make sense to keep him all last year and then have him on the summer league team and stuff and then cut him before the season started. Other than he's a project and wasn't really going to play much. But now once they have guys healthy again, though, I'm all for using those two ways more as just swinging for fences on projects and hopefully developing someone.
Yeah, 100%. And we'll be able to see him play with the G League, so we'll be able to evaluate his performances when he plays down there with that G League team.
It's kind of weird, though, because like his rights, like it's so weird. Like we can't, like with Bouye, we couldn't just like cut him and then sign him to the remix because like his rights still belong to a different G League team. So that's going to be weird to get used to. Like, who was the kind of blanking on his name? Who was the little point guard we had during the first tanking season?
Brandon Williams?
Yeah, Brandon Williams. Thank you.
Yeah.
I kept thinking Brandon Miller in my mind. Anyways, so like when he got traded, his rights got traded like while he was on our team, and I was like, it was so confusing. Like the Knicks traded him to the Hawks or something like that, and I was like, oh wait a minute, like is that the same Brandon Williams? and then when he was on a two-way up until like training camp last year or something, and then we cut him, and then he ended up going back to the G League last year for whatever team he was on. So just kind of weird how that works, but yeah. So if you sign someone to the two-way, you can take someone from someone else's roster, but their G League retains the rights to them.
Yeah. Which basically the NBA just needs to institute a full minor league system.
Right.
Especially, you hear the talk about how they are thinking about making the draft 2 days for each round.
Yeah.
I am not a fan of that for stream purposes.
Right.
Although 2 big streams might be okay. I don't know. Like,
I don't know how big a second round.
Could you imagine? But you know what would be sick, actually? If we had, like, day one of the draft is the first round, and then day 2 is the second round, and we're sitting there with, like, an early second round pick, and it becomes like, okay, in that time span, in that lull between the first round and the second round, I could drop a video about, like, who the Blazers should take with their pick, given who's left on the board. Like, it would be an interesting little gap to make some content that otherwise would never be there. But just go to a minor league system and make it like a 3-round draft or a 4-round draft, and then have the first round on day 1, then rounds 2 and 3 on day 2, you know, like. And if you want to do rounds 4 or 5 on day 3 or something like that, you know what I mean? That's how the NFL does it. They do round 1 on day 1, then rounds 2, 3.
And I freaking hate it.
You hate it?
I cannot stand that since the NFL switched. I was like, they often.
What did they used to do?
It used to be rounds 1 through 3 were on Saturday, and 4 through 7 were Sunday. And my friends and I used to always take that Saturday off or whatever, and all, order Buffalo Wild Wings or whatever the case may be, and just make it an all-day event where you watch the first 3 rounds of the draft all day. Now it's like, I don't know, try to watch the first round, and then I forget about the second and third round the next day, and I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, for the NBA, I'd be cool with it if there was more of a reason to. There's no reason to do it for a 2-round draft, but if you have multiple rounds, like, I understand it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing, is just go to a G League system, so it's not like that weird convoluted setup where a different G League team has the rights to the player, but since we have him on 2-way, he can play for our G League team, right? But then if we cut him, he's going to go back and play for the other G League team. It's just very simple if, like, you got your G League roster and your main roster, and that's your team, that's your organization. So that's how I want to see it done in the future. And I think when they expand, that might be an opportunity to. I think you're going to see the league maybe change some structural things more than just adding teams when they do expand. So, we'll see when they finally do it.
Can't wait for expansion.
Yeah, we got some fun stuff coming around the corner, especially if we're, like, on the upswing and, like, getting good during expansion. Like, that's gonna be fun, with a whole window ahead of us, with a new league, new teams. I'm really looking forward to like 2025, 2026, that time span in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Just gotta get there, just gotta make it there. Gotta build towards that, and that's what this season is about, is building towards that. Is about developing Shaedon Sharpe, seeing some improvement with him. I know he's struggled lately. I talked about on the last post-game show last night what he needs to do to improve, something he needs to add to his game, that in-between game especially. But then Scoot, this season is Scoot's season, so especially up until the trade deadline. Once we get closer to the trade deadline, it'll be more about, okay, what can we get for Brogdon? Should we trade Brogdon? Blah, blah, blah. Like, that whole conversation. Same thing with Grant. But in the meantime, hopefully Scoot can play. Hopefully Scoot looks good tonight. Could you imagine if he comes back and has his best game of the season, like, looks like the Scoot you're expecting? That's kind of what I'm hoping for. Fingers crossed for that. So, hopefully he's been able to work on his shot a little bit since his ankle injury, upper body stuff. So yeah, we'll see.
Yep, and we'll be back later tonight to break it all down for you guys.
Yep. Looking forward to that. So hopefully you can tune in for the post-game show. Once again, thank you to Man of Sleep Mask for sponsoring this edition of Blazers Uprise Live. You can get a Manta Sleep Mask by using the link in the description box below, and using the promo code Uprise gives you a 10% discount. So do your Christmas shopping now. Do not procrastinate it. I am trying to help you out, but I can't click the link for you. You got to do it. So go do it. Shout out to them for making a wonderful sleep mask and for sponsoring the channel. And we'll be live later again tonight. Hopefully we're able to catch you then. With that being said, that's a wrap. We're out of here. Until next time, as always, peace out. Go Blazers.